What are you going to do for your birthday this year?
I don't know. You know, last year was like such a peak birthday year for
Totally.
me that sadly I'm already in like a headspace of like I don't even want to do anything.
Yeah.
Like make a deal out of it. Which every time I do that, I always wake up the day of or the day after and like I'm sad about it.
Aw.
But I don't know. Not really in a mindset to like celebrate right now, which is probably not the best indicator of how things are going. But yeah, let's just.
Some years do be like that.
Some years, yeah. But yeah, Megan and I have our birthdays on the same, weekend usually.
Yeah.
A couple days apart. So I imagine this podcast will come out after our birthday. But
Okay, we'll get the post-birthday update out in our next recording.
there you go. But it's also on a Thursday, just like yours was this week.
I know. The
this year.
Thursday work from home days, so we don't
Thursday
get
work
to
from
all
home
be
day. We
together
don't
in the
all
gym
get to-
training.
Yeah.
We'll celebrate you on Friday instead.
Yeah. If I'm here. All right. Well, you had a conversation with your sister-in-law. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
And that's what kind of is going to guide us along our conversation today.
It is. So my sister-in-law was never much of a gym person. She was more of a probably walking, yoga. I'm not sure what else she used to do for fitness, for activity. Maybe, she did bar method for a while.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then she found a gym near her house that was for women and had more of a powerlifting focus, but very empowering, very welcoming. Let's teach you how to strength train, teach you the movements, and really likes that community.
Cool.
And so she's been involved with that now for a few years. And she's in her early 50s. And when I saw her yesterday, she was like, "Can I get your thoughts? I am just not getting stronger. And I feel like I'm losing my motivation because I like strength training and I really want to build muscle. I know how important it is for health. I want to feel super strong. And I feel like for the time I'm putting in at the gym, I'm just kind of going nowhere."
How long has she been going?
A few years. Yeah.
Like 2, 5?
Oh, probably 2-3 times a week. 3 times a week, I think.
Yeah. For 2 years? Or
Oh, for 3. I think for about 3 years now.
2-3 times a week for 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. What's
Yeah.
her name?
Adina.
Adina. I'm going to address Adina just in case she wants to listen at some point. But
Yeah, I'll send her this episode.
Sweet. I mean, and she started that at 50?
Yeah.
That's, dude, Adina, you're winning.
Yeah.
You're way ahead. And at the same time, I know that it's hard to reach these moments in your fitness journey where the experience that you were having before, that you were so excited and gave you so much motivation and inspiration, starts to shift. And then you can start to lose that motivation and it can feel really frustrating because you're like, I don't see what's changed, yet I don't have the same feeling I had before doing the thing. And you're not alone in that. That happens to just about every single person who's ever done anything consistently for a period of time. And your future might look like doing more of the same, but with a couple adjustments. It could look like doing something very different, but in the same discipline of resistance training. And any and all of those could be good solutions for you. But it sounds like powerlifting something, or at least going to this gym and this environment is what you'd like to make it work. You'd like to see, what am I missing that I had before? Or what am I missing now that I've been doing this for a period of time? What am I missing that I'm in my 50s? And, and we can address a lot of those although I wish you were here to ask you the questions, because I would ask you all the questions.
I know. Well, I'm
I
curious.
imagine you asked her some questions.
I asked her some questions, and one question I asked her was, "Are you doing the same workouts every time?" And she said yes.
Okay.
So I think that's a key clue here as well.
The other question I would ask is like, it's a weight training gym. You mentioned the word powerlifting. Do they coach the squat, bench, and deadlift like in a competitive powerlifting approach? Are these women trying to compete? Is she trying to compete?
Yeah, no, it's not for competition. They have done some things like they've done a bench press competition as a fundraiser, as like a fun thing. But typically the women are not going to powerlifting meets and, focusing on powerlifting strength above all, although I'm sure that there's a small segment of people who go to that gym to compete. But the bigger context of the gym is that it's really just about empowering women to learn strength training. And so they teach the movements with that angle.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you doing the same workout every week or every time you go? Does that mean like it's the same exercises every single time, but you change up aspects of it? Is it literally the same? I do the, it's like the classic.
Like a 5x5.
Well, I was going to say, is it like classic, like 60-year-old, male who's been going to the gym for 40 years and is at this point, like Monday is this workout, Tuesday is this workout, like just does the same thing and generally hits the same, like goes to the machine and just puts the pin on the same number. It's like, this is what I do my flies at, and then goes to the next machine. This is what I do my lat pull down. Like,
right.
The idea of like, this is what I do these exercises at, is that the mentality?
I think it's that there are cycles where probably every 6 to 8 weeks, I think I don't know how long their training cycles are, but every whatever number of weeks it changes. But then it's like the same workouts, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's a different workout, but just repeating that throughout the entire cycle. And it did not sound like there was a lot of emphasis on really coaching people how to train to failure. It was more just like, I'm a little bit intimidated by this. I want to feel really safe. I want to get in and move. I want to get in and strength train.
Yeah. Well, in that environment, I mean, so who you're going to attract into that kind of gym is somebody who's maybe never done this. It's like, now it appeals to me to go. So your customer base is almost entirely made up of beginners. That's what you set up in that environment. What's good about that? One, you're giving people this really great environment to learn something that is essential to their health and wellness.
Yeah.
But two, it also makes it pretty easy to get people progress. You don't have to push somebody to failure. You don't have to yell and scream at them or load the bar up super heavy in the first, we'll call it 2 years. Because like newbie gains generally are reserved for like in the first 6 months maybe of your fitness, or first 6 to 12 months. But that's somebody who's training very consistently, using a really good, plan, right? And I'm not saying this is a bad plan, but if you're going 2 times a week for even 2 years, you could still be experiencing a lot of those like initial, just I'm getting better because, not just because your muscles are growing and adapting neurologically, like you're just getting better confidence, like you feel more sure of yourself, you're, around people. And once you start to feel more comfortable, you feel comfortable letting out a grunt here and there. And so now you can actually get into higher effort levels. Maybe your technique is just improving. And like with every technique improvement, every couple months, you just get stronger because now you're lifting with better leverage or better, efficiency. Yeah. All of those things. And so that happens that can happen for like 2 years, 2-3 years. And I'm not saying it's not hard. And she didn't put in a lot of work, but on a scale of like, if I can get somebody 50 pounds stronger who's in their first year versus I can get somebody 50 pounds stronger that's in their 6th year, like those are different planets of what it takes in terms of effort, specificity, like doing the thing right.
Yeah.
Like the first one is like kindergarten. Like kids learn everything at a rapid pace just by showing up.
Yeah.
Now you're in MIT learning some really complex models like of electrical engineering. You got to be on point to get the gains at that level. And maybe she's not at MIT level yet. Maybe she's in, undergrad, but she's not in kindergarten anymore. And it's going to require a lot more homework, and it's going to require checking a lot more boxes to ensure that she's, continuing to build strength. And it may be that, as the saying goes, like, whatever, 90% of everything you're ever going to learn, you learned in kindergarten, right? Like you, that's true. In resistance training, like 90% of your gains were in the first 2 years. They're gone. You're not going to get them anymore. And so now we're looking for 1 to 2 to 3% improvements further down the line. So there might have to be a recalibration of expectations. And then it's like, oh, well, I love this because I was seeing so much progress. Oh, well, if you love the journey early on because of the progress you saw, then you're going to have to go through this period of time of relearning what joy in the journey means to you, because the progress ain't going to be there like that. It's going to be on a much longer timeline, and it's so much so that you won't even see it happening week to week. You'll just feel like you're not making any progress until months later you see some 5 to 10 pound improvement on a big core lift, and you're like, oh, well, that was right there. Where was that for this last 6 months? It's like you were putting in the work to build the potential to even be able to do that down the line.
Yeah.
So this whole like expectation on timeline and has to be completely reformed for a lot of people as they get into intermediate and advanced levels of training. Saw this all the time in CrossFit when I was coaching. Most of the people that were coming in, by and large, were beginners to resistance training and any type of intensity in training at CrossFit. Everyone just first year, PR, getting fast, getting stronger, all the good things. Then things started to kind of settle into that middle, like the middle of the journey where it was like, ugh, this is hard. Like, and I'm not really, I haven't gotten a PR in a while. It's like, yeah, well, welcome to training. This is what happens, right? And we haven't even touched on, like, are you optimizing all of the things that would help improve strength? Nor have we discussed the fact that she's in her 50s. And it's like, any time is a good time to start weight training. And at 50, what are the expectations that you should have of strength improvements and muscle mass improvements versus had you started this when you were 20? And of course you can't go back in time, and I'm not suggesting that you should, like, let's not dwell on that and get bummed out about it. Matter of fact, that talk I gave last week in Atlanta, the woman in the back was like, raised her hand, she's like, you keep mentioning like how hard it is to do this, like at whatever age, because I was like sort of saying like, hey, it's important to get this started so that when you're 40, 50, 60, like it's going to get harder. And she's like, I'm 50 plus, like, should I even start? Should I even try? And I was like, absolutely, you should try, and I've never seen anybody that has started resistance training that has not been able to get stronger, regardless of what age they start at. It's just that the potential to build like pounds and pounds of muscle if you're a 50-year-old female is minimal. Like there's not a huge potential to do that. I mean, even for you, Satya, in the last 7-8 years of training, how much muscle have you really put on your frame coming from a non-training background to making it a big part of your life? Arguably, like, it's not, you didn't put on 20 pounds of muscle. Like but you've put on a decent amount, but you've worked for a long time, really hard. Like it's just relentless,
Yeah. I mean, I was 125 before I started doing functional bodybuilding, and now I'm 140. So
yeah,
I've put on, my body's definitely changed.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I've been doing functional bodybuilding for like 8 years now. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and you started at 40.
Yeah.
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 I mean, wait a minute. I mean, Satya is the exception to the rule because she has put in a disproportionate amount of work to this entire process, but goes to show that it is possible 100%. But you have to look at it over a course of a long
period of time and relentless focus.
And you were 40, which is 10 years younger than 50, like starting it at 50, how would that have been different,
Yeah. But at the same time, I do think there's an element of motivation here in not selling yourself short. I mean, she was saying that she went to a workshop on how to do pull-ups, and she wasn't expecting to get pull-up, but just like a lot of women, that's a huge milestone for strength. And she was curious about it and just wanted to try and learn. And at the end of the workshop, the instructor was like, yeah, like some people will, can use these things and like keep going to get your pull up. And then she was like, and some people will have other goals.
That was the instructor said that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So she felt a little like, are you calling me out? Like, and I'm just like, yeah, like it is entirely possible for women in their 50s to get a lot stronger than I think society or some people may give us credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and look, I just wanted to lay a bunch of groundwork here to just be like, there's a lot of reasons why she'd be feeling this way right now.
Yes.
And if you want to get stronger, there's always a way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It just may require doing something more than what you've done before. It's not like, oh, I'm doing this one thing wrong, let me adjust it.
Right.
It's more like, yeah, like you're getting exactly what you should be getting for the amount of work you're putting in right now. And that can be a hard one to accept, because I think you even use the language like, I feel like I should be getting more for the amount of work I'm putting in. And don't confuse that with time investment, right? Because I see people in this gym even spending an hour, and I'm like, I can get 5 times as much done in that hour as you can. And I'm not talking about reps and actual number of sets. I'm talking about the efficacy and the quality of the work that I'm doing relative to the next person. So I'm not asking her to just go and train for 10 hours a week. I'm saying there's a way to train better, always a way to train better and more effectively and efficiently within the time that you have.
Yes.
And those levers are the ones we talk about a lot. Intensity. Putting yourself in the best mental state to enter into the gym. That one it cannot be overstated how important it is for your mindset. Like lifting to get strong, lifting to build muscle, especially as somebody who is not using performance enhancers or drugs. You have to go into the gym like you're entering a battle. Like it is, you have to give a level of effort. You have to encounter fear and risk in a way that most people are never going to feel comfortable to do to get the type of strength and fitness results that they want. And I think it should be like, if I ran a gym still, like that was like public gym, I would literally tell people, like, when they come to sign up, like, my job is to first make you feel comfortable and safe here. And the moment that you do, I'm going to make you uncomfortable and feel unsafe as much as possible so that you keep growing. Like, I'm going to push you to your limit, because any other time that I spend in here from a physical, like, training standpoint, like, we can have fun, we can do social things, we can talk shop, we can do all, like, but when you come here to train, like, I don't want you to waste a moment of your time, and we're going to train with purpose, intention, and we're going to bring it. And if you do that, and that is like your guiding principle, then you never run into the question down the road of like, did I do enough? No, it's like, don't even leave that.
You'll know.
You'll know, yeah. So the mindset around training, the level of effort and intensity, right, you're going to bring to each training session. Reframing the timeline that it might take to get there. We could always talk about like the basics of like tracking your progress and pushing harder than the previous week. Like I'd imagine with a powerlifting gym with, let's say, 8-week training cycles that they go through, like there should be some measurable thing, but it's like, it's not just like I come up each week and just do the work and then it should go up next week. That was beginner phase. Now you're in the phase of like, it's the next week, and last week I did 50. I got to do 52.5, and I'm probably going to fail, but I got to do it. I got to push myself, because if I don't, I'm not going to get stronger. It's not going to just happen like it did before. Then, of course, there's like nutritional strategies. Are you leveraging your nutrition the best way possible? And for a lot of people, the good news is they get through the newbie phase of training. They saw all these results. They start to slow down, and then someone's like, "Oh, have you even touched your nutrition?" They're like, "No, I haven't." It's like, sweet, let's do that now, because you might get a whole new set of kind of newbie-ish gains from just optimizing your nutrition.
Absolutely.
Then you start to, have to like pull other maybe performance enhancement, supplements like creatine. Is she taking creatine? Is she taking 10 grams of creatine a day? Maybe she's not. Okay, boom. We're going to put on another pound of muscle, and we're going to put on, some more pounds of strength, right? Let's pull that lever. Then it come back. Okay, I've optimized training. I've gotten better mindset around training. Now I'm tackling nutrition and some sports supplementation and some nutritional timing. I'm having carbohydrates the hour before I go in. I'm drinking, a full glass of orange juice and, some rice cakes before I go in, covered in honey. And now I'm like charged up and ready to go. And I have a little bit of extra caffeine so that I can really push myself in this training session. Boom. Now you're getting a whole new, like, physical environment inside of your body physiologically to go and get gains from. 6 months goes by and you got to recalibrate. All right, what am I doing? Have I gotten complacent in my training? Have I gotten complacent in how hard I'm pushing myself? And then again, it's like you're in a powerlifting gym. They're probably prioritizing the squat, bench, and deadlift, maybe the press, maybe some other, core exercises. Are they great strength builders? Absolutely. But there's a limit, to how much improvement you can get without getting a little bit of variance. Let's try some variance. Let's do a pull-up training cycle for a period of time. Let's do some, some dumbbell benching for a period of time. Let's do some, odd object stuff, like go join a strongman gym for a period of time and lift logs and lift stones and lift, carry yokes, and promise you'll get stronger. Why? Not because they're better strength exercises, because you just change the stimulus, you change the patterns. Now you're going to get neurological adaptations. You're going to train different muscles that weren't getting trained before. You're going to build a different set of core strength. You're going to come back to your power lifts. And after about 2 months of reintroducing power lifts, you're going to see yourself, oh my gosh, I have a whole new level of strength, right? So there's tons of ways that you can level up from where you're at. But it starts with just saying, what I did in the first phase of my journey no longer is going to get me the same results. Mm-hmm. It's not going to get me on the same path to success and time, like in terms of timeline.
Yep.
And it's gotten too comfortable.
Yeah.
It's gotten way too comfortable for you. And so you got to get uncomfortable. Well, it was uncomfortable when you started because you're doing something brand new. That's what created change. And then once you're strong-ish, stronger than you were before, and you've done it for 2 years, it takes more work to get uncomfortable. But you gotta chase that. If you're just comfortable all the time, promise you're not going to get better, and you might stay the same, and that might be good for you, right? Like, I'm good right now for a phase of the next 6 months, just doing the thing in the gym that keeps me maintaining. I don't need to build more muscle right now. I want to get my cardiovascular fitness back up. I want to get focused on something else, right? But I have to get really like, I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, man, my cardio is falling off. Like, I got to get back up. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to get some uncomfortable workouts in. Like, I can't just like zone 2 my way back to like good fitness. Like, I saw a really funny thing that Alec Blennis posted. He's like, why is everybody asking about zone 2? Like you have no cardiovascular fitness right now. Like, zone 2 is for people who train like 15 to 20 hours a week that need like they need to recover because they're doing so much high intensity stuff. Like, you just need to get out there and get your heart pumping like it's going to beat out of your chest. So just get up there and just go, And I'm like, he's talking to me right now. Like, I don't need to go on like zone. I don't need to like calculate my zone 2 minutes. Like, I need to just hammer for a little while, which looks to like a good athlete, like a high level aerobic athlete, like zone 2. But I'm like, doing my intervals and I'm like, man, I'm kind of gassed. I pulled up all my 30 for 30 workouts. Like, I created like a Notion doc with an indexed Notion doc where I could pull them all through. And then Jared has like all the screenshots from back in the day and he sent them to me. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to pick out a couple of these a week.
Yep.
Introduce them back in.
Those are great workouts.
They are.
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about getting into a little more cardio, although not like you.
Yeah, well, when I was like,
Zone 2 would be a vast improvement for me.
well, zone 2 would probably be like a brisk walk. I need you to like get up to maybe zone 3 or 4, you know? I want it to be encouraging, this conversation. I definitely don't want it to be like, oh yeah, like,
Oh yeah, that's too intimidating and hard. I'll never be able to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go and lift weights, like you already are in the group of people. It's like, I want to do something hard.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to the gym, lifting, doing back squats. Like deadlifting, yeah. But putting on a heavy bar on your back and squatting down below parallel and standing back up, anybody that wants to do that is okay being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It is the least fun thing to do. I am not.
Especially 15 reps at 3OXO.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. And I think it's like, okay, so you pick something hard that you want to do because you want to challenge yourself, and you understand that building muscle is like challenging and satisfying. It's like on the Venn diagram where those two things meet. So it's like, yeah, like do something that's going to like get you way better results and make you feel like you're kicking butt.
Hell yeah. Man, she lives in the city, right?
Yeah.
Could she come over and work out with us?
I invited her. I was like, come up and work out with us at
Yeah.
least a couple times just to reframe what intensity looks like in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Open invitation.
Yeah. Get her in here. All right.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Was that good, everyone?
Was that good for you all?
Was that good? All right. Thank you for joining us again. And yeah, you can just say a silent or verbal happy birthday to me and to my wife, because we just turned, 41. And I know you guys think my wife is like 20, obvi. But she's 47.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're crushing it. We're crushing it. Keeping it moving. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.